stretch. I was at 8:14. Turn that down a little bit, I think. Probably should do that. What's it called? Here we go. Okay. Let me full screen this guy and get. I don't think this is up. You can hear me fine. Music's not too loud. I can't monitor everything, so. Oh my god, my lighting is so messed up. Give me 1 second. That should be better. You could probably see me a lot better, hopefully. Turn the lights down. It got dark real quick. Yeah, it did. Okay, here we go. Ven, do you have any experience with React and Redux? I'm just curious. I'll put this over here. Also, I might need to make my freaking webcam a little smaller so it's easier to see. Actually, you know what? I'll just move it to the right side. There you go. Okay. Here we go. So, no, lol, I'm on Colt Steele's Web Developer Bootcamp. Oh, I actually took part of that course, and it was pretty good. I haven't finished it yet, so that's probably something I should go back and do. What part are you on right now? You're on the CSS. Gotcha. Okay, so you're just starting. I got you. Okay, a lot of this I can probably get rid of. Hold on, give me 1 second. I need to like turn down my... What I hear in ear is a little too loud. There we go. Okay. A lot of this I can probably get rid of. I'm probably gonna just redo it. I bought the React module as well, but I haven't gotten into it. Hey, man, take your time. Honestly, that's the... I don't know if I told you last time, but that's the one thing... the one piece of advice that I would probably say is don't rush out of any of the modules and take it step by step. But now that you're here, you get to see a little bit of what it's going to look like. This is by no means what you should follow at all. Like, this is really messy, but this, I mean, I'm still messing with React and Redux. So. Let's see. I don't think that this filter thing is doing anything. Okay, actually, you know what? So the one thing that I'm having troubles with, this API is a little weird. So this is the API's main site, which is actually pretty hilarious. Hey, Tech Overview's back. What's up? Oh, actually, I kind of need that. So this is what I'll do. How are you? How are you? This fine evening. Okay, so they're using the API too, but they... I want to know where they're getting the calls from. So... So it's kind of hard to tell because, I mean, I feel like I could be very wrong. How do I view? Hey, Tech Overview. Quick question for you, man. Do you have experience with React and Redux? Okay, so he's structuring it like this. So he grabs player ID, player name, and team. I'm probably just not structuring things correctly. Excited to see what React is going to be like. I'm only a few days into JS. Oh, gotcha. Okay. No worries. Yeah, React is so much fun. Like, a lot of fun. Player IDs array equals 192. Okay. React is the goal, but not yet. Yeah. Like I was saying to Ven is don't rush into that. You know, just take it step by step and like stick with JavaScript, stick with you know, learning the basics first before you get in, because it's very, very crucial. Okay, so if he's doing it this way, then I might need to just structure it that way. But he has a nice, so like, he has a nice little thing that pops up, which uses the search param, but on his API it's different. Because if I want to get a specific player, I have to look by ID, which is very weird. Well, there's search. Okay, I guess I should just explain like what problems I'm having. If I express it out vocally, I might have a better shot at like figuring this out. So, right now, what I have going on is, so I have these cards that get rendered out by a component that gets data back from the API. What's your favorite NBA team? Boston Celtics. But so yeah, these cards all get rendered out, and then if you click on a stats button on a specific player, it'll show you their season average in this 2019 to 2020 season. So that was the goal, which I have achieved somewhat in this app, which is great. KTSL, hey bro, can you react to my new song I just dropped? It's called Break by KTSL. Maybe. I'm a little occupied at the moment. So if I look up Stefan, sorry, I get an array back with everyone named Stefan here. Well, you can't see it. That's fun. But there's a bunch of objects here with people who have the name Stefan, so that works too. But as soon as you hit enter, oh, I don't know if I fixed that yet. Hold on, give me 1 second. So get player reducer. This should go in the search reducer. Oh, I never hooked it up. So this is still here. Okay, let's remove this. I'll keep this state for now, but I'll change this to the e.target.value. And then I will do this dot prop. So I'll call that. Okay, and then on here, this dot get, I don't know. Jake the program. Hey, Boston all the way. Are you from New England? I am not. I am born and raised here in the Bay Area, more specifically San Jose, California. But I don't know. I visited Boston before, and it was I love that place so much. So I just kind of became a Boston Celtics fan just because I love the city so much. So, and on top of that, I really don't like the Warriors. So I am a Boston Celtics fan all the way. I even have an Irving and a Paul Pierce jersey hung up in the room right now. This dot props dot get search stats, and I'll pass it for hey, me too. Was scared you were gonna say Lakers sucks that they might call the season because Kemba was gonna win us the title, dude. Listen, I had a really the Celtics this year looked really optimistic, especially with Kemba. It's weird how the dynamic works on that team, in my opinion. Just because I feel like we don't play Enes Kanter all that much, and we're not very big, but we still somehow make it work. You know what I mean? So we don't necessarily play small ball either, which is crazy to me. So it's kind of cool to see the Celtics doing really well this year, but it's also very exciting. I don't think they'll call the season. I think we'll still see an NBA Finals this year in 2020. Hopefully, I really hope so, because that would suck if we don't. But who knows? So the get player gets stored here. Okay, so what I did... Oh, this is so annoying. I can't seem to like get past this one problem, and I bet you it's so simple. I just need someone to come through and like help me. Okay. So this is the search stats. Get search stats action creator that will take in a player ID as a parameter or as an argument on the other end. We pass that into the end where we call the API for player IDs. The thing is, on his example, his player IDs doesn't have an underscore, and I don't know how necessary that is. And I bet you he has different parameters. Because for players, or no, it's for stats. It's player underscore IDs. And you can chain them with an and. You can chain these with an and, but for right now, I'm only entering in the player ID. This is pretty cool. I need to bog down on the boot camp to catch up. Yeah, man. Listen, I mean, there's no such thing as catch up, to be honest. Like, you're at your own pace. You're not trying to catch up to anybody. So don't say you're trying to catch up. You know what I mean? It took me a while to get to this point, and even then, I'm not ready. So take your time. Like, there's no catch up game being played here. You're just moving along. I wouldn't say catch up. Very, very different things right there. So we pass the player ID, but then... Okay, so I need to... So in the search, let's get const player IDs equals action.payload.data.map. Or did I do for each? So we'll just map each player, and for each player, I'm gonna pull off the ID of the player, and then that gets stored here. So then we need to return player IDs. Now, the problem is, I don't know. Let's see here. So, oh. So then we're gonna pass this sys.props dot search. I think is what I gave it last time. How far along do you want to be before you start looking for development jobs? How far along? I think ideally, what I want to have is a couple pretty big projects under my belt or in my portfolio before I actually start applying. So this is definitely going to be one of them. I have something coming up soon, which is going to be pretty sick. And then maybe one more, like a website or something, you know? I'm not going to prolong this more than I think I should. Because like everyone says, you'll never feel ready. So you kind of just, you know, get the minimum amount of work done. Not the minimum, but, you know, a good amount of work done, but not a lot of work done. And then you just start, you know? Okay, so that's saved. Why has it not refreshed yet? Hello? Uh-oh. Is my stream still live? Why did it error out? Hello? That's weird. I'm near Atlanta, and there's a lot of startups and companies nearby. Hey, yeah, dude, that's even better, dude. Startup land is probably ideally where you want to be. I want to definitely be in startup land for sure. That would be so much fun. Yeah, for sure, dude. I think you're in a great area then, because I'm pretty much in the same boat. Oh, okay. Stefan. Okay, so I have... Oh, I need to reach in deeper. Because I am not getting what I need here.
Don't you understand that I can't live without you?
Okay, I need to check... Open the Redux tools. Grab it over. Check my state really quick. Okay, so I do have the IDs here. I've mapped over the IDs. So I have them pulled from each player that matches Stefan. The name Stefan, at least. And they're all here. Now the problem is... This is all old. Pretty sure. Now the problem is... Did you ever use Atom? No, I never used Atom. I only ever used Visual Studio Code. Okay, so the problem now is that anytime I want to go over each of these IDs, it's the loop stops at 115, which coincidentally is Stephen Curry. So player ID 115 is Stephen Curry, but I don't see any data showing these players right here. I don't know who they are. 115 I know is Stephen Curry. So if I do this now, if I hit enter, oh, I don't think I reached all the way in yet. Like I said, I was going to. I think get search stats is still doing something weird. But what do I need to do here? Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this filter because obviously it's not working. I'm gonna get rid of this because this isn't working. I have a lot of commented out stuff because literally I'm just tinkering with this thing and it's not working. Dot data. Okay, Stefan. Stats.map is not a function. Action.payload.data.map return players. Okay, let's not store it in a variable here. Let's just return it initially. It's still not reaching in all the way. Oh, you know what? I'm stupid. It is. Let me remove this really quick. It's console logging somewhere. There you are. Well, if I reach deeper, it'll show me what I actually want to see. Stuffin'? Yeah, there you go. So now it's actually showing me all the players here, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if I enter, still stat.map is not a function. Oh! Wait, no. Okay. Let's go over this. So, stats. Okay. I don't have anything in stats. Okay, I need to go back to this reducer then. So gets... Oh. Ah. Woo. Okay. Let's try this again. Stefan, this should give me something now. Well, it gives me nothing, but it's better than an error. Okay. What is my state looking like? So I have an array. Search. And in search. I'm returning that. Okay. Jesus, man. This is so difficult. Something here that's not working properly. Okay, so I'll just declare const. Search. Let's go in here. Save that and see what happens. See, now I'm not even getting my cards anymore that like I used to. I'm starting to forget what I changed. Do I need to return it? No. So I'm definitely getting the IDs in. Because if I go to get search, I have all the IDs in search. Oh. So IDs dot for each ID, I want to return this dot props dot get search stats. Let's see if that works. Okay. Now this is the problem that I'm running into. So it loops over. I don't know if you can see that, but it'll loop over every ID that I have stored in that array. So in the search array, all of these numbers get looped over, passed into the action creator that I have. But they're multiple API calls. So the problem is it's working. The action creators and the reducers are all working fine now. The problem is, as soon as it gets to the very end of the array, so on 115, which is Stephen Curry, for I don't know why, but on the array or on the endpoint that we're reaching out to, it has multiple stats for the player. So I'm displaying Stephen Curry multiple times, and I'm not seeing everybody else. Which is not what I want. So I need, but the thing is, it works, and there's the other bug. So you click on him, and it works. It shows you all of his stats, you know, for the season. But as soon as you close it, it re-renders, and every iteration of Stephen Curry stays at the very top. And then when you refresh, it goes away. So those are the small little bugs that I've been trying to, like, tweak out. The two things that I'm trying to, like, play around with right now is life cycle stuff. So at some point, when the thing updates, I need it to re-render and get all the initial state back. Or I have other components that I haven't used yet that I could potentially use to just display what am I trying to say? To just display the search content, or the search data, sorry. So it's kind of hard to figure this out. I'm wondering if there's a way how to push data from array into Redux store. In which life cycle are you fetching the data, or are you using hooks? I'm fetching the, so on my component did mount, I am fetching all this initial. So as soon as the page loads, I fetch the data, or I call one of my action creators in my component did mount. So this dot get stats is an action. So get stats is a action creator that fetches all this data right here. So as of right now, that's the only life cycle method that is fetching data. I'm not using hooks at all in this project. Is that not something I should do, or is that something I should start doing? Is adding more lifecycle methods to uh, fetch data when things update? Because I know that life cycles, some of them will re-render the page. What was I doing here? I'm trying to figure out. Hopefully this is something that I can actually use. This is starting to look a little promising. How did I... Okay, so I have... It's this one. So get player stat is when you click on one of them. As soon as I click, it'll get that. You are good. I thought you were using component did update because I will always re-render and I will have an infinity loop call. But you are good. Okay. Yeah, if I was in an infinite loop going on, this stream would probably collapse right now. Okay, so this gets called and put to this object here. So, I mean, I could do something similar because at the end of the day, where am I going here? So I wanted to check, no, not player search, player stats. At the end of the day, I am going over. What am I calling get player stats? Oh my god, bro. This is so tilting. Um Oh, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, that's what I'm doing with that. Okay. But I'm using this. So that's the other thing, is that lifecycle methods. I'm still using componented mount, but I'm also using this.props.match.params.id. So no, but that's not gonna work on search because I still need all of them. I know I need a helper function somewhere, or somewhere in the reduces I need a function or the action creators to help with one of these. I just don't know how or where to do that. The other thing that I potentially need to do is create some sort of state structure so that it's easier for me to follow. Because right now I'm relying solely off of the data that comes in. And solely off of the data that comes in, and then I'm having to go into like deeply nested objects to pull data out, which is kind of hard. Let me just clean this up really quick so it's easier for me to read. At one point, I had this working. Somewhat. Can you check version Let me just check. I'm wondering if I can go into GitHub and check all the different branches to see when things were working. This one. Well, I didn't have different branches. Let me see. You can go back in time. Configured modal, fixing reducers, fixing. Now it's fixing data properly, figuring out implemented search feature. Fixed issue, updated stats to current season. Okay, wait. Okay. I might be able to pull back what I had previously. What is your font you're using in VS Code? Victor Mono. Oops. Oh, that's weird. I will link this in the chat for you. But this is the font that I'm using. Very, very nice fonts. And it comes with ligatures, which is pretty sick. Okay, so I wasn't going through that. I think it's still the surge reducer. Okay, let me see here. Components. We want to go to player search. What was player search doing at this time? What are you doing, man? I am working on my NBA stats app right now, which is also my my side project. I'm just trying to get it to work because right now it's not working. Or well, it is working. It's just the search function right now. So if I search up a player, it'll search the players that match that name. But the endpoint is kind of hard to work with. So it displays the player that I want. Or, well, one of them. There are multiple players. So if I go to my Redux tools, you can see like all these IDs are all player IDs that I've pulled off of the endpoint. And I'm trying to put them into a different action creator, which is working. But so I know that Steph Curry's ID is 115. So the loop stops at 115, and I'm not getting any of the players above. So I have to fix that. Right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm going back in time to some of my older commits to see if I can just like redo what I did wrong, and try to get that working again. So the form had that. I think I had everything. So if I got back to the search, yeah, I should have. The form should have, yeah. The form should have the same thing. At that point, was it also a class? Yes. Okay. So player search was fine. I think player card had all of the logic that I needed to. So let's see. That was still in there on search. This top prop set player is equal to e dot target up. Okay, so this is the logic that I had previously. Which language, man? This is all React. Look in your for each loop that you have. Which for each loop? Jose, you might be onto something, brother. I need you. I need you. Which for each loop in which one? Or where? In the action creator, in the reducer. It's probably not this one. This is a good player stat. I mainly use maps. Oh, in this one, probably. Sure you iterated your player when you search. Yes. So I mean I have to move my camera. Give me 1 second so you can see. Probably move this. So if I move my camera, you can see, let me refresh so you can see it live here. So if you pay attention here, so as I'm typing Stefan, you can see that I have all the players here. So I'm legitimately pulling all the objects out of that endpoint. And you can see their ID. So I don't know if it's, yeah. So off of the search, I map over all those objects and I pull their individual player IDs. So you can see it goes in order too. So 430, 711, 721, 747, 1078, blah, 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 all the way down to 115. So I'm fairly positive I'm looping over each object in the array correctly. Because in the end, in my state, I have all the objects. The problem is, oh, you know what? No, that wouldn't make sense. No. Are you software engineer? I'm aspiring to be one. I am not one yet. I'm working towards it though. So yes, I'm looping over each player when I search, and it's live. It's being stored here, and I'm pretty sure if I hit. Are you using array filter method for the search function? No. Should I be? So on search, I'm calling this action creator, and this action creator then does this. Hold on. think it's this one. So get player. There's no loop. Oh no, I have to go to the dummy search. So get player. I'm using a map function. Should I be using filter? The hard part is I don't know how. Okay. So this is the search action creator right now. So get underscore player. Okay. That action.payload.data is the actual array with all the individual objects of each player that matches the criteria. Okay, so you want the players for those IDs, right? Yes. Okay, so let me just clarify this part. Okay, so I'll have to go to the API here. Okay, so to the left here, you see there's a player section, which on the right side gives me back an array data that has individual objects of each player with their ID. Okay, so you can see it's the same thing: ID, first name, last name, position, height and feet, height in inches, so on and so forth. Right? If you go down to stats, get all stats, it's a lot more data. Same thing. Array of object or a collection of all the different players with an ID, but all the way down in here is a player object with, again, the player ID. This endpoint is more up to date as far as statistics go. So what I'm doing is I'm going to the player's endpoint and I'm pulling off just that ID because right now I can't. These stats are outdated and I can't get them to be up to date. So I'm taking that ID and I'm passing it off to another action creator that will then go into this endpoint, use that player ID, and I can search with player ID specifically and get all this data back, which is up to date. So that's the problem I'm running into. I'm using an endpoint to feed another endpoint, so that everything kind of works in one place, if that makes sense. So right now, I just need to get that array that I get back with all those IDs, loop over every single one, but make sure that each ID is used on that page. Because right now, only the last one is getting displayed onto the page. So like right here, off to the right here behind my camera is all the different objects. I have the IDs from those players. So the player's endpoint, I don't need it anymore. I don't need that endpoint anymore. The one endpoint that I do need now is for the stats to work, which does. I'm making the calls to them. So if I make this call right now with Stefan, it works. So off to the right side here, if I expand this, you can see, maybe, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can see closer that I'm actually making the calls, the individual calls, to each of those player IDs, right? So all those IDs that were in there are being called. The last one right here, very last one, is 115, which is Stephen Curry, which when the loop ends, he's the last one. So he's the only one that gets displayed here. And for whatever reason, under 115, there are multiple other IDs that match. So now they're displaying all at once. And then this is weird. I don't know if you guys know why the app might be doing this, but as soon as you close, it will re-render with all this, which is fine. I'm fine with that, but when you refresh, obviously it goes away. I'm fine with that happening. I just want it so that all the players that you loop through are there and not just one. So if I should be using the filter method, then I can probably change that. Let me just try that. I don't know if it's gonna work. That didn't work. Do I need to turn it into... Do I need to JSON stringify it? Because it's coming back as just objects. Okay, let me do this. Const IDs equals that. Return JSON.stringify IDs. Nope. What? I am confused. Oh, wrong place to do it. Wrong place to do it. I should be doing it here on my for each instead of the filter. Okay, so filter. You have to do a condition for filter? Oh, well, oh, you're right. Okay, so then I'll leave this for each. So do you think it's this one right here then? So this right here? I should probably zoom in. So this guy right here, is this something that I should think about changing? Because right now, I'm taking every search object, or should I be spreading this? Can I do that? For each is not returning a new array. But it iterated the array. Oh. So should I be saving this into... Okay. I mean, did I do that wrong? I don't know. It's working. It's just it's now giving me back the same thing. So it's all still Stephen Curry. Now, another thing that I thought about too was that it's use map. Same thing. So the one thing that I'm thinking is it could be Axios as well. I'm thinking it could be not a problem with Axios, but something in my API calls up here. Because if I go to my APIs, I only disregard this params. This shouldn't even be here. I should probably just get rid of that. So I only have a base URL, right? But now, so I'm wondering, is there a way to, when I search with get player here, right? I'm only get player, with get search stats. I'm only passing in a player ID, and technically this is a singular thing, right? So, is there a way to chain the calls together? But I'm trying to see. So what did I do here? Okay. So in this, I'm pretty sure in this commit I had, everything was working fine. So what I had here, I don't know if you could see that. So this is exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm pretty sure. On search, I can probably get rid of. I'll leave that there. I don't know if it's not really doing anything. So this props.get player takes in the target value from my search box or my input box. On here, I say am I declaring constant IDs? Okay, let's do this. So let's just go let and so I said let state equals this dot prop dot search, and I use no spread operator or anything like that. So this dot props dot search equals my let state for each of those IDs. Okay, I said if ID equals what? I don't know why I did that. I'm not sure if this is the one that I want. Okay, let me issue with multiple players have the same name and search. You know what? I'm just gonna go off that because right now that's the only thing that I have. Let me just see if it works. Okay, so I'm gonna comment this out just so I still have it. I will put this in. I probably want to get rid of my state or rename this. So new search. So new search dot for each ID if ID is equal to new search ID, return null. Return this dot props. This might be the conditional that we needed potentially. So if I do 7, no, damn it, it still does the same thing. Okay, let's go back one. Okay, let's go back to this one, this tree right here. Because supposedly this is when I first implemented it, so it might have worked a little bit better. Why am I going into the public folder? Stop! No, I won't play a card. I had to comment it out for whatever reason. I'm getting lost now. That's so weird because that should have worked. So then that means it's somewhere in my reducers or the action creator. Well, this is exactly what I have. Oh. I'm probably just gonna hard code in. $237. Oh my god. Yeah, so when I hard code in a number that I know, which is LeBron James, this is the stuff that comes back. This is a hard one. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not very sure what to do here. I might need to actually just change this up completely because I don't know if that's gonna work. Yeah, I think that might have to be the route I take. Where's my Trello? Um yeah, that's most likely the probable route I'm gonna have to take with this. Quite unfortunate, honestly. I mean, in the long run, it's probably better. Sure. Okay, so instead of pulling from there, so I'm gonna get the player, right? Get player is in the search reducer. What am I console logging? Are you streaming tomorrow? I may or may not, honestly. I don't know yet. I want to. I really do want to, though. We'll see, though. Does the player's endpoint have a season? See, that's the problem. It returns all players from all seasons. Speaking of that, I'm probably going to end the stream here. I'm actually getting pretty tired. Yeah. Hey Jose, I really appreciate you helping out, honestly. Like, I feel like I'm starting to make better progress on it for sure. So yeah, I might end up streaming tomorrow. Who knows? Just for a little bit. So yeah, I guess see, try to expect one tomorrow for sure. I'll probably post one on my story on Instagram as well. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm actually getting pretty exhausted. So, Jose or anybody else, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for coming in and just hanging out with me. So, we will attack this tomorrow. Hopefully we can try to get to the bottom of it. So again, thank you guys for coming through. I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.